Good morning and welcome. I wonder if you can hear the cicadas singing behind us. So the Circle of Friends at St. Andrews is back sharing sacred practice on the labyrinth this morning. And I am going to be sharing with them words from the last chapter of Mark's Gospel. So Mark's Gospel is much shorter than the other Gospels. And it has about 5 different endings. But the first one is the resurrection experience whereby, and let's be clear, when we say resurrection, we're talking big archetype here, right? We're talking about disruption, we're talking about something exploding open, something new being born, a new opportunity presenting itself following a season of profound disruption. So you can see why I'm talking about the resurrection like about 5 months after Easter. So the women go to the tomb and an angel, think archetype here, greets them and says, not here, he's kind of out there, so you're not going to make a connection. Go and tell everybody that he'll see them soon. And the way the story ends is something like this, and the women ran away, terrified for their lives. That, in fact, is my favorite ending to all of the resurrection story options provided by our sacred text, because I think it speaks most clearly to a massive destruction. So keep in mind that we've got Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Matthew and Luke are much later, maybe 80 AD. John is 110. So 110 years after Jesus' death, you have a community still wrestling with what it meant for him even to be alive and what it meant to incorporate, embrace, incarnate his teachings around love and abundance and you will be the light of the world. Mark's community was much earlier, and I have a sense that it was still trying to work things out. We understand that, don't we? Right here and now. We have had a massive disruption, and something that was near and dear to us that I'm not even sure we know how to identify has died. And a season that seemed so promising in so many ways, yet so profoundly destructive in others, has come to an end. And for those of us who ask the larger questions, I think we are being invited to think deeply about what this holy cosmic disruption is meant to birth, all right? And I'll be the first to say that I've kind of spent most of the last 6 months either as a deer in the headlights or just wanting to run away from it all. And like I shared with a friend the other day, sometimes I think my life is like a game of snakes and ladders. I think I can make some moves in this direction. Oh, there's a ladder that looks like it's going to go where I need to go. And then suddenly, if you recall the game, there's the tail of the snake taking you to another place, so that it's a wholly massive disruption. And then all these little disruptions kind of like an earthquake, the aftershocks of the massive disruption. But our sacred text and the traditions and the stories and the archetypes and the mythology within the text are laying down these massive disruptive texts all the time, with the promise that if we can now wrestle with who we are and what is most vital for our humanity, we might actually get to a place where we never dreamed was possible. But it will not be without some significant letting go and some significant dying and some significant fear. And so I invite you to consider what it is right now that may be slowly trying to come to birth And then to be honest about the fact that it may be too soon. I kind of like things done yesterday, yet I'm pretty sure that a massive disruption, the death of a loved one, the loss of a job, the end of a marriage, we know those things don't get worked out in, oh, well, it's 5 months now. We should be, moving on to a different track, embracing a different story. And so, in the meantime, right, I think we need to know that we're in really good company throughout the ages. People of every spiritual tradition wrestling with endings, yet recognizing them quite possibly as portals to a new life, a new story that might be more kind, more gentle, more just than the one that is collapsing. I wish you good Sabbath day, friends. Good rest, good renewal, and good conversations about what might be seeking to rise in you and which stones in your life might still need to be pushed aside so that you can claim a new story.